Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. I'd been really thinking a lot about Mother Nature's cycles, the changes of the seasons, and essentially going with the flow. Oh, look at this. When the YouTube algorithms or the universe directed me towards an artist by the name of Ashley Lynn. Ashley Lynn has a YouTube channel here called Adventures Across and a blog too. And I found myself on her website just loving her work. I decided it would be lovely to have a piece of art such as this to really commemorate my commitment to the garden and to nature herself and to going with the flow. That was a lovely, lovely surprise. That was like receiving a package of love. Ashley is over in Wisconsin. In America, no less, which feels just miles and miles away. So my package did indeed adventure across oceans to get here, and I fully intend on finding a frame for my picture and then sitting with a cup of coffee, preferably in the garden, and going through this book. Because I know that there is wisdom and knowledge and love in the pages of this book, and I was honoured to receive it this morning, and it was packaged so beautifully. But yeah, I was so delighted. So thank you very much, Ashley. You made my day. How magical that we can make these connections like from across the globe. Yeah, shout me if you're ever in the UK. Welcome to Cultivating Paradise and my patch of paradise here in Bedfordshire. Thus far, May has been a very wet month. Wet and windy, mostly, which kind of makes up for the lack of rain that we had in April. We are right on the brink of the grow season. Things are starting to move outside, and the last chances of frost have come and just about gone. Patience is a virtue, or so they say, and it's one I've been practicing. And whilst I've been excitedly anticipating the moment when I could put my baby seedlings out into the garden to stretch their roots and bloom in their places, I was grateful for the extra time. But the temperatures are now increasing, and so I'm going to put all of that knowledge that I've been researching over the winter months to some use in the garden. Oh, nothing like a nice little drink of rainwater, is there? As well as being hands-on and good for me in a physical sense, in that I get to spend time outside, I'm in a little bit of sunshine, I'm soaking up that vitamin D, and I've got my hands in the earth, which just is such an antidepressant as it is. I'm also finding it extremely spiritual, philosophical, magical, educational, all of these things. I get a lot of enrichment from the garden and my plans and preparations and my dreams and aspirations for this space.
Excuse you. Thank you.
But as I've said before, I am aware that this is a marathon and not a sprint, and thus I'm plodding along. I'm not trying to rush anything, trying to get it right, but mostly just enjoying every second, rain or shine. I'm moving as the spirit takes me. And the design for this space is evolving as I get to learn more and I grow more and plant more. Ultimately, I want to establish some strong connections with the plants. I believe that plants are healers and teachers, and they contain intelligence and guidance, and that our relationship as human beings here on Earth simply wouldn't be without them. And for the last few years, I was sensing kind of consciousness from flowers and things. Much like Alice in Wonderland, I felt like the flowers were talking to me. And the longer I spend outside, the more I am convinced that they are. I feel like I have a calling to work with plants and herbs on a medicinal basis. Not just the healing for myself, but healing for others also. When I'm working outside and I'm interacting with nature on this kind of level, it really strengthens that connection and deepens my understanding and my knowledge of what my role here is. And I believe I was given this patch of earth to work, to use as a classroom for learning, to learn about myself and my own body, what my body needs, and to discover what the environment needs from me. The outside world can feel too much for me at times. I don't watch the news. I try not to watch TV, full stop. I don't want to be constantly bombarded with negative information. I like to be in my own world, and the garden allows me to do that. And yet, in being in my own world, which in many ways feels so far removed from the hustle and bustle and general chaos of that outside, the garden is in fact reality. And it just highlights how mystical and magical this life and this existence really is. And I couldn't be more grateful for that, because it's such a joy to behold and to witness. And it gives me a little more understanding on those days when I'm wondering why I'm even here. I'm really aware that this is the only time I'm going to be new to this, where I have such little experience. And the more I know and grow with it, the more my perception and my mindsets are going to alter. But for right now, I'm seeing everything with the fresh innocence of a newborn baby almost. And I'm finding wonder in the most minute of things. The garden is simply poetry for me, and I can't help but document it. I just have this urge, this yearning to encapsulate the entire experience. Not just the transformation of the landscape, but the transformation inside me. Would you like a drink, love? Do you not have any water in your bowl? So I'm really honoured that you're here and you're witnessing it with me, and I would love to know a little bit more about you and what you're growing, what you're cultivating, and what you're working on. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in my next episode. Bye! You're so pretty, so beautiful. Look, it's got buds all over it, little buds. And there she is. Hello. Welcome. Was I supposed to pinch you off or something? Not that you're not absolutely perfect and delightful in your curly whirly ways, but I thought you would be a really big flower.